Okay, Shagu Fatuma, welcome. Abotu, Peter Jonah, welcome everyone. Layo Charles Emmanuel, Jefferson, blessings. Rochelle White. We have the whole family at home today. The whole family is in place. Victor Gudikwe, Cole, Drew, Harvest Victory, Neo Lushala, Olumide Elijah, Full House, Kazink Ahmed, Elizabeth Ali, Nimbona, Bobo, Glory Bai, Darlington, Kike Moronkeji, Flair Karim Matib, Sabrina, Rotimi Kunlere, Maxine, Tunde Sylvester, Nathaniel, Shigo, Sarah Seaman, Tyra, how are you, Tyra? Brenda, Prince, Erica, Afolabi, Mayowa, Jake, Jeremiah, Patty. Patty has decided to flatter me today. You have decided to flatter me today. Patty says the coolest pastor ever. Is that so? Wow, unbelievable. Okay, thank you for that. Stephen says, I love you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Afiniki, Lara Shomoye, Eric, Unze, Olukemi, Lemmy Benga, Onyinye, Joshua, Ebere, Shidi Odia is here, the Super Eagle Star, Charles Smith, Ada Ora. Ada Ora is asking me, how are you doing this evening? You know what? Pretty busy day, pretty busy. John Conan, Tiger Diepre, Anthony Ario, Ayu Adedayo, Angela Ojo, Joseph Adewale, Kate Imwedeme, Favor Emmanuel, Shio Maizia, Ayodele, Titi Lola, Shegun Lawal, Kingsley Ebigbo, Nkiro Jimadu. Thank you, Nkiro. She's Sandra, Bright Shibueze, Benjamin Okwan, Apute Ben is here, Yekeria, Nadege, Amashre, Felicia, Daniela is here, Kane Deagoro. Well, it's time to go. But before we start, I would like you to go ahead and get yourself a copy of this teaching. You need to get yourself a copy of this teaching, and the way to do it is just to press the share button. Just press that share button. If you press the share button, it will automatically copy to your timeline. So you want to have that message now. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I never said it, because you're going to need it one day. Or people you are leading or who are following you might need that message sooner or later. And you might actually need it to listen to it several other times more. So go copy the message, go get a copy of that message, and we'll be ready to go. Share the message right now, and we'll be ready to go. Now, today I'm starting a new series with you guys. I'm sure you got used to the series, a new series with you guys. So I know that you got used to the series I just finished, but today is a new series. And the topic of this series is faith. I want to start a new series talking about faith. I'll be talking about faith. Faith is the topic of this series. Faith is the topic of this series. So I'm going to be talking about faith this week. About faith. I'm going to be talking about faith. So if you are ready, I'm ready to go. Now, why did I decide to shift my focus and begin to talk about something else? Believe it or not, I still have like 100 messages on the topic of conversion that I wanted to continue to teach on. I have like 100 more messages on the topic of conversion, converting things from the spirit realm into the real realm, into the tangible realm, physical realm, material realm. But I'm not going to do that, and you cannot believe why I decided not to continue the series that I just started. The reason I decided why I decided not to continue the topic that I was doing before now Now, the reason why I decided not to continue on the topic of development of yourself, faith, on the topic of conversion and, invention and creativity, I'm going to come back to it one day. But the reason why I decided to stop right now is because I kind of felt that I've given you the first course, the first batch of information, and that you need time to go back, to be able to go back to all that information I've given you and to really be able to convert them and make that information flesh. I think you need that time. I think you need the time to take your time and to go and study and really get them sink into you. If I keep on pushing you, if I keep on teaching on the topic of conversion and of making things invisible, things visible, tangible, and I think I'm going to stress you a little bit. This past week I've been giving you a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of intellectually demanding messages I've been giving you. So I want to kind of relax now. I want to relax from today for another week or two and give you topics that are much more familiar to you, and that you'll be much more comfortable with, so that you could kind of relax. You need time to convert, and you need time to assimilate. I'm afraid that you have made your mind to work so heavily these last few weeks, like you've never worked in your life, even when you are doing your PhD, I'm sure. If you are really working on the subject that I give you, there is no college, no university could task you as the messages I preach to you. If you are really getting yourself engaged in them, you will know that this is a bigger task, understanding my messages, than even understanding your university lectures. So I'm going to make things easier a little bit for you this time. I'm going to make it a little bit easy for you. Somebody is saying, no, sir, we want everything now. We want everything. But I'm more concerned about your assimilation process and the assimilation capacity. And so I really want you to begin to practice conversion on your own without me. And so that's why I'm trying to take a break. But you know what? Believe me, any message I treat, you will still find it quite exciting, if not challenging. Any message you hear Pastor Sandey teach about will still be a kind of revelation to you, no matter what topic it is. And no matter what you already knew before then, you will still be blessed. You will still be blessed, no matter what what message I come to you with. So even though I'm going to be talking about the message of faith, and that looks like a simple message. To me, it is a simple message, but still, I think, of course, it's not going to be as demanding as the ones, and as challenging as the ones I've done this past week, but it's still going to be a lot demanding on you, and it's still going to be at least a lot refreshing and empowering to you. But it's not going to be as demanding as the one I did last week. So you need that time to convert. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of time to relax. But I'm still going to be coming to you twice a day, That's already demanding all by itself. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Oh, yeah, this teaching on faith, this series on faith is going to link as well. It's going to link. Hey, by the way, I just remember, we are making life easier for you guys. We are making life for you, especially for you people who say that, especially for you people who, I want you people, we have a good information for you, good news. Especially for you people who find it difficult to access my blog, because my blog crashed. And what made my blog to crash this week is because my assistant Joshua, most of you know Joshua now, and Joshua went and put a news out there about Iceland. And the news about Iceland says that the government of Iceland will pay you, is it 5,000 or 10,000 euro? Maybe 10,000 euro every month, maybe 5,000, I don't know. 5 or 10,000 euro every month if you come to marry an Irish woman. So they give you 10,000 or 5,000 euro every month because they don't have men too much. So we began to have letters and visas, posts, and whatever you call it, login from like 200 countries at the same time. Can you imagine? 200 countries at the same time, like 100,000 people, 200,000 people, men. Men are something else. I mean, Arab men, African men, Nigerian men. In fact, it got to a place that Nigerian men started a prayer meeting, night vigil. They started bombarding churches, gathering all over churches and asking. They gather all over the churches and asking for anointing and prayers that they should give them visa to Iceland. Night vigil started prayer meetings for visa to Iceland. And all the Irish Iceland girls that are on the internet, they started writing me and saying that all their internet, Iceland girl on the internet, she's been bombarded. Either she's married or she's not married. Being bombarded by 100, 200 men every day. So in 2 days, we almost have 1 million people on my side, or 1 million men who want to go to Iceland. Because they're going to be paying them 5,000 euro every month, free, just because you are married for life. Men don't want to work for themselves. And all the people who are married, they say, we want to divorce. We are divorcing right now, we're going to Iceland. So as a result, my blog crashed. The platform couldn't hold it anymore. So for 2 days now, my thing has my blog has crashed. Because men want to find their way to Iceland, and they are writing me personally. I'm getting hundreds of letters every day saying on my inbox, say, is it true, Pastor? We are going. Get us to get the visa. How do we get there? We are ready. Wow. So you guys, it is well. It is really, really well. Wow. So Joshua has caused wahala. Oh, money power, money power. They don't even think about love. It's not about the love. It's not about the love. They are just lazy. They just want to get salary. They want to get free of charge salary. They are ready to abandon their children. They are ready to abandon their wives, their countries, their everything, just to go and get free salary, 5,000 euro. And then get a girl from Iceland. Some of them don't even know where Iceland is. Well. I think that's a good laugh. Well, what was I trying to say? What I was trying to say really is something else. I was trying to say that one of my assistants here came up with a very good solution, and the solution is that she was able to put YouTube on my Facebook. So right now on my Facebook, you can watch YouTube as well. What you do is that, you know, that place where you have different options, the options of photo or video or all those options where you could pick options on the Facebook. You can actually go to my Facebook and look at the options, and one of the options will be YouTube. So as a matter of fact, you can go to my Facebook and you watch YouTube right from there, or from there it will lead you to YouTube. So you don't need to be looking for my address on YouTube. You can just go to the Facebook and look at the options, video, photo, you know, all those kind of options where you have what you can pick. You can go there and just click on YouTube and go right to my YouTube right there. And also some of you who want to get to my blog and you're getting the address wrong, you don't even need to, you can go to my Facebook where you are right now too and click on the website, and it will take you, the website is the blog website, it will take you to the blog as well. So you can do everything from here. You can actually go to the website from here, to my blog from here, or you could go to my YouTube page from here also. So that's awesome. That's good. Anyway, here we are. The prayer vigils in the churches and in the embassies. Making me to laugh a little bit again. No Irish woman, no, only Iceland woman. Iceland woman. Okay, here we are. So I'm talking today on Princess Gildov says, you are very super intelligent, Pastor. I'm very proud of you. And trust me, God and the angels are even more proud. Okay, thank you. Okay, here we are. So the subject of today is the substance and evidence of faith. The substance and evidence of faith. Of course, there is a similarity, or there is going to be a continuity from where I stopped, but this is going to be a new series that we're starting today. Now, faith. All of us know of faith. We've been hearing about faith maybe since we were children, and we all know something about faith. Everybody knows something about faith, and I'm sure you've been hearing so many teachings about faith, and maybe you yourself has been a preacher of faith, and you've been teaching all about faith all your life. Now, allow me today to present to you the subject of faith. Not just today, but I'm going to do that for at least a week. For the next 1 week, I'm going to be talking to you on the subject of faith. Okay? Now, the most important, or in my view, the most popular, quotation of faith is from Hebrews chapter 11. Actually, that is what is regarded as the chapter of faith. Hebrews chapter 11 is the chapter of faith. Hebrews chapter 11 is the chapter of faith. Faith chapter in the Bible. And verse 1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That I will just stop on that. I will just preach on one verse, just preaching on one verse on faith today. So this whole message of today will be from one verse. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. First of all, the first point you want to note from that scripture is the fact that faith is. So I want you to pay attention to the word is. Faith is. Faith is. I want you to think about that word, faith is. I want you to even think about the word is even more closely, more importantly. Think on the word is. Faith is. Faith is. What do you think that is talking about? If faith is, it means faith was not, or faith is not was. Faith is. So it's not faith was, but faith is. That should tell you at least one little thing, one minimal thing. Faith is should tell you that faith is not dead. There is a lady here, Kehinde Agoro. She got it just right. That should tell you in the least, minimum, that faith is existing. That's what Kehinde said. It means faith is still alive. Faith is always alive. That is something you must know about faith. Faith is means faith is present. And that faith is not just present, but because you could be dead and still be present. When somebody dies, you put them down there and say he's dead. We are going to bury him. So even though he's present, but he's dead. But when it talks about faith is, just stop on that one alone. Faith is. That means faith. If it is faith, it is alive. If it is faith, it must be alive. Faith is alive. Faith is living. Faith is living. Faith is alive. So, stop. Let's stop on that. Faith is alive. Faith is living. Faith is alive. Faith is living. Stop. Stop. Let's break that down. Let's now come to examine that. Kazim Ahmed. You are going ahead of me a little bit. You are smart. Kazim. That's a commendation from Pastor Sandey right there. Faith is. Faith is alive means, and you must listen to this. When something is alive, that thing must be active. Anything that is dead is no more active. That is one major difference between dead and alive. So if faith, we have just said to the fact that faith is alive, it means faith must always be active. So you cannot tell me that you have faith in God if you are not actively engaged in promoting that faith or in using that faith to conquer something, if you are not actively engaging that faith to do something, to conquer something, to subdue something, to change something, to engage something, to transform something, to bring about manifestation of something, to cause something to come alive, if you are not engaging actively that faith, you have been living in self-deception called religion. The fact that faith is alive also means that anything that claims to be faith must be active. So if you tell me you have faith in God, that you are a Christian, that you are a believer, I don't want to hear your denomination. I don't want to hear the name of your church. I don't want to hear the name of your pastor. I don't want to hear the name of your denomination. I don't want to hear the name of your church. I don't want to hear the address of your church. I don't want to hear how many years you've been going to that church. I don't want to hear what you do in that church. I want to hear what your faith is conquering. What is your faith conquering? I want to see the actions that your faith has produced. I want to see the actions your faith has produced. I want to see the results your faith has produced. If your faith is not constantly causing things to happen, if your faith is not constantly engaging the world, if your faith is not constantly causing movement to occur around you, if your faith is not causing movement, commotion all around, I am sorry. You have been engaged in empty religion rather than in active faith of the Lord Jesus Christ, which is alive. Faith means faith must be active. Faith must produce actions. Where are the actions your faith is producing? Show me the actions. You can't tell me that you have faith, and you need to tell me that you have faith. If you have real faith, you don't need to tell anybody about it. If you have real faith, that faith will speak for you. That faith, the voice of that faith shall be heard all around your world. Because faith does not speak in secrecy. Faith is never hidden. Faith is not lost in oblivion. Faith is always active. And if something is active, you hear of the movement. You hear of the movement. You hear of the movement. You hear of the movement of that faith. If you really have faith, you don't need to tell me about it. You don't need to explain to me about the fact that you have faith. I don't need your explanation. I don't need your excuses. I don't need you to explain to me that you are a person of faith. The voice of faith is loud. The voice of faith is loud, my friend. The voice of faith is loud. Faith is screaming at the junction. Faith is screaming in the center of the city. I'm supposed to be seeing the actions of your faith even before I see you. Faith is an announcer. Faith is an announcer. Faith is an announcer. Faith is supposed to go ahead of you and announce you. Your faith is supposed to be announcing you through your actions and through your results before people even meet you. It's like here in the Ukraine, when people see me, they say, "Oh, are you Pastor Sandey?" I say, "Yeah." "Oh, wow, we are thinking we're going to see some giant 2 meters, 6 meters, or whatever. We are going to see some giants here. And you, Pastor Sandey, say, you are that man. Wow. Wow. It's a privilege to meet you. Everybody is dreaming of meeting you or afraid of meeting you. One of the two. You are the one that is, everybody is causing commotion. Everybody is afraid of it. The whole country is afraid of. Where is that coming from, my friend? What is that? It is simple. It is the announcement of faith. You don't need to introduce yourself if you have faith. Your faith will introduce you. Your faith will announce you. When John the Baptist left the wilderness, he said it was revealed to Israel. It was, and his faith announced him to Israel. When Jesus came down from 40 days in the wilderness, as soon as he entered the temple, even demons started announcing him. We know you. You are the Son of the living God. Why? Because faith is. And if faith is, it means faith is alive. And if faith is alive, it means anything that is alive causes movement. One of the evidences of being alive is movement. If you are alive, if you are really alive, real alive, you will be moving about, you will be walking. Even if you cannot walk, you will be moving your hand or moving your eyes or something, or moving your fingers or moving your toes. Movement is one of the proofs of being alive. If faith, therefore, is living, that life must be evidenced through the movements you are causing and the movements you are causing to happen all around you. Especially in this 21st century, you don't have any excuse not to cause a movement. You have internet, you have Facebook, you have all kinds of social media, you have you have iPad, you have iPhone, you have smartphone, you have everything. It is going to be a strange faith that you say you have if you are not causing any movement. You don't have faith, though. You are having pseudo faith, dead faith, artificial faith, a replacement of faith, but not faith. Faith produces something. That's why he said, faith, therefore, is the evidence, is the substance. Faith. Now, faith is the substance. Faith will always produce 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 substance. Faith will always have movement. Faith will always produce substance, movement. The movement of faith is what speaks for faith. The movement and the actions of faith is what announces faith. That is the megaphone of faith. The actions of faith announce it more than any other thing will announce you. Is the best advertisement for you. Now, I want us to pause a little bit, and I want to ask you today, where are your actions? Where are your movements? And where are your announcements? Has it been heard all over the world as your faith spoken for you? Anything that is alive has movement. If your faith is not causing any movement, you have to question your faith. Because faith is so similar and is so resemblant to religion. And because religion is being presented as the package of faith, so some people have the package but they don't have the substance. If your faith is not producing movement, if your faith is not producing actions, it means you only have the package but you don't have the substance. I want to see the evidence of your faith. I want to see the movement that your faith. If you have been listening to me all this while, if you have been listening to me all this while, and you have not been challenged to want to do something, you are not a man of faith. Because if you are a man of faith, you would have been challenged to want to create something, to want to do something. If you are a man of faith, you would have been challenged to begin to put some actions in place. If you are a man of faith, you would have been challenged to begin to create and cause some movements and some commotions somewhere. Otherwise, you are only having the package of religion, and religion is a monster, and you've lost the substance of faith. Anyway, let's go back to that Hebrews again. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now, that's another thing you must know about faith. Now, faith is in the now. Faith doesn't take break. Faith doesn't go on holidays. You cannot say, I had faith yesterday, today I'm having a break, I will have it tomorrow again. Faith is always in the now. It's continuous. So if you cannot, just like a woman who is pregnant, a pregnant woman cannot just say, okay, I'm pregnant 6 months, but I was pregnant yesterday, 6 months. But today, I just decided to rest a little bit from this pregnancy. So I'm dropping the pregnancy at home today. Then later on, maybe 2 days later or tomorrow, I will pick it up, I will be pregnant again. If you are not pregnant now, if you are not pregnant in the now, right now, you are no more pregnant, my dear sister. It's been that pregnancy is gone. I'm sorry, it's gone with the wind. Just like the pregnancy has to be continuous up to 9 months, cannot take a break. It has to be continuous. Just like the thing has to be continuous. That pregnancy for 9 months, it has to be continuous. For it to survive, it has to be continuous. And for it to produce product and result, it has to be continuous. So also, just like that pregnancy has to be continuous, so also faith always has to be continuous. When you have it, you always have to be, it has to be in the now. You are pregnant now. You are having faith now. You had it yesterday and you have it today. You are having faith yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Your faith is now. Your faith has to be in the now. Now. Faith is now. Your faith has to be alive now. If they wake you up in the middle of the year, your faith has to be there now. So, faith. So, now, faith is. You already understand that. Faith is always alive. Faith is active. Faith is in the movement. Faith is in the move. Now, let's go to the next point you must learn and you must note for yourself. Faith, what is faith doing in the now? What is faith doing in the now? We know that faith is in the now, and faith is causing some movement and doing some action. What are these actions that faith is doing? What is it doing in the now? What is it creating? What are the action about? Let's examine it. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Think about that. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. How do you understand that? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for. You see, sometimes we think that faith is some abstract, invisible things. But this place tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for. Okay, listen closer to me. Listen closely now. Let me help you out with this message. So, faith is the substance of things hoped for. This is the thing hoped for. Let's say this is the thing that you are hoping for. You are definitely hoping for something. You are hoping to get something. You are hoping to have something. This is the thing you are hoping for. You are hoping to get something. Hope. So faith always has to have a hope for it to be faith. Faith must always have hope. Or the synonym of hope is that faith must always have an expectation. Faith must always have an expectation. So this is the expectation of faith. This is the hope of faith. Faith works with hope. There must be a goal. There must be a goal. There must be an aim. Something you are targeting. Something that you are aiming for. Something that you are targeting. Faith, faith is the substance of what you are hoping for. So faith is always working with hope. Faith is always looking forward to something. You must know that. So, for you to say you have faith, you must have an expectation. You must have a hope. Now, tell me, everybody who is watching me right now, what is the hope of your life? What is the hope of your living? It will be good if you could answer yourself. If you cannot answer me, answer yourself. Let me give you an example of my life. The hope of my life is that I will subdue my generation to God. I want to subdue my generation to God. I want to impose God upon all of my generation before I leave. That's the hope of my life, of my living. So I'm a man of faith, walking towards that. But if you want to make it more concrete, what is the hope, my expectation? My hope and expectation is that before I go home to receive my reward, before I go to see my father and to get my reward, I want to be able to individually, personally, have touched and have brought to the kingdom of God at least 500 million people. 500 million people. I want to change the life of 500 million people personally, or as a result of my ministry before I go home. 500 million people. That is 500 million people. That's my hope. Now, listen to the way it works. Since faith is the substance of what is hoped for, this is my hope. This is my 500 million people that I'm hoping to get. Yeah, this is my 500 million people that I'm hoping to get. The 500 million people. But faith, what is faith therefore? Faith must have several ingredients. One of the ingredients is the hope. What I'm working towards. It's my goal. It's my vision. Sometimes you could call it vision, goal, dream. So faith must have a vision, an aspiration, a hope. I'm hoping to get something. Now, I have one ingredient. What is the next ingredient? He said, now faith is the substance of what I'm hoping for. So this thing that I'm hoping for, this 500 million, this my expectation, I must produce. I must produce every day, because faith is in the now. Faith is in the now. I must every day, continuously, in the now, every day, in the now. Just like the pregnant woman must have the pregnancy attached to her every day, every minute. Every day, I must live my life in such a way that every day I am producing an evidence. I am producing a substance. I am producing something. I am doing something to substantiate that my hope. I am doing something that substantiates that I qualify to have that hope. I must produce something that substantiates that expectation I'm having is not ungrounded, that it is correct, it is possible. So this is me here, right? This is me. This is my hope, my expectation, 500 million people. Now there is a gap between there is a gap between me and my hope. You see a gap? Me, my hope. So I am hoping by faith. I say I have faith. Having faith, I am here, but this is my hope. Faith must have hope. Faith must have expectation that I'm working towards. So I am here now. Evidence, the substance of faith is what I am doing to move towards this goal. This is my goal. This is my vision. This is my hope, my expectation, and I'm here. Everything I'm doing, the steps I am taking every day, every minute, because faith is now. Now, everything I'm doing now, the little steps I am taking, for example, all the things I'm doing on daily basis that moves me closer, that is drawing me closer to this my goal. The little actions I'm taking, these are the substance, these are the things that substantiate the fact that I am ready and I'm qualified to have that hope. So faith is the ability not just to have hope, not just to have expectation, but to produce evidence on daily basis that is moving you closer to that hope and expectation. What are you doing towards that? That is faith. If you have faith, because faith always causes action, the evidence that you have faith is the fact that you are acting. If it is faith, it will make you. Faith causes action. Faith cannot just let you lie down without doing anything. Faith, it is because you believe in me that you walk towards it. For example, if I say I have a girlfriend and I know that my girlfriend is in Africa and I want to marry her, and I believe she will marry me. What is the evidence of me believing she will marry me? Because I'm talking to her. We are communicating. I'm getting closer to know her every day. We love each other. I'm expressing my love to her. She's expressing her love to me every day. And we have a date, a goal. We have a hope. We have a date for this, and we are working towards it. We are getting to know each other. We are loving each other more and more. So there is an evidence of that, my expectation of my faith. Or it's just like saying, I want a child. What is the proof that I want a child? It's just like, say, I know people like this that are 45 years old. They said, I want a child, a man. You want a child? Yes. Why are you not marrying? Oh, well, I'm not ready to marry. Then you are not ready to. You don't want a child. If you want a child, you will produce some substance. You will do some substantial things to prove to me that your expectation, your goal, your expectation that you are moving to, that you are actually moving towards it. But when you are not moving towards that expectation, towards that goal, you are living in illusion and self-deception. You don't have faith. Faith will make you to act. That's why faith is always alive. Faith will cause you to cause movement. Faith, the fact that you are moving is what proves to me that you have faith. It is the action that you take that is proving to me that you have faith. It is the movement that you are taking that proves to me that you have faith. If you are not having any movement, any action towards that goal, towards that target, then you don't have faith. You have illusion and you have self-deception. You don't have faith. You don't have faith. You have self-deception and illusion. Any faith that is not causing you to take action is not faith. That is why it says faith without action is dead. Faith without work is dead. It's just like saying, I believe that I will become an engineer. It's just like saying I want to become an engineer. If I want to become an engineer, I will do everything possible to get a university, to get admitted into into an engineering school. But it's like saying I want to become an engineer and I'm not taking any action to go to university, to go and study engineering. What are you doing towards it? I'm not doing anything. Then you don't have faith that you become an engineer. You don't have faith. You are having an illusion and self-deception. Now, everyone that is looking at me today, that is watching this program, I'm asking you the same question. Are you a believer? Are you? Are you really? Are you a believer? Are you a Christian? If you are a believer, you're a Christian, it means you have faith in what? Where is your expectation? Write it down. What expectations? What are the expectations you have? Number two, what are you doing towards that expectation? Where is the substance? Show me the substance. What are the substance you are producing? What are the actions you are producing? What are the movements that you are producing that is moving you towards that your expectation and towards that your goal? If you cannot show me the substance, the movement, the actions that you are producing on a daily basis that is drawing you and moving you closer to your goal, you have just been losing in illusion and self-deception. Real faith will cause movement. That faith is what, if you believe in something, it will push you. You will fight for it. You will work for it. You will not sleep. You will pay any price. That is the evidence. That's the substance. Substance is what you are producing. Substance is what you are producing to show that you really believe in what you are saying. Where is the substance of your faith? Your faith must produce substance. And normally, the substance that faith produces is action. The substance that faith produces is movement. The substance that faith produces is anything that is drawing you closer to that goal. Faith, the substance of faith, must have two things. Faith must have the expectation, the hope, and faith must have the movement towards that goal. Now, but that's not the end. That is the next thing that you want to pay attention to. Next point that you need to pay attention to is, he says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So even though you have not seen the end of where you are going, but because you are producing substance, there will be evidence. The evidence will be something like, I was 1,000 kilometers away from this thing 5 years ago or 2 years ago, but now, see the evidence. I am now only 500 kilometers away. There should be not just substance that you are producing, but evidence. Faith also must have evidence. Faith must have evidence. What are the evidence that you are producing to prove to me that you are moving towards that goal? Because it is the evidence of things that you have not yet seen. Even though you have not yet seen it, but you are seeing the evidence. Have any one of you heard me talk about Nigeria? You see the way I talk about Nigeria, that I'm going to change that country, that country will turn around? If you ask me for the evidence or for the substance, this is number one. Number two, if you look at your announcement there, you'll see I've written another book. I am producing substance and evidence. But those are substance. Those are the things that are moving me closer to my goal. But the evidence are, if you come to me, you will see the proofs. You will see the diagrams. You will see the proof of financial capacity of what I'm going to do, where I'm going to get the money. Even these teachings I'm doing right now, these are the evidence I'm producing. That I am producing. In fact, many of you people who didn't believe that I could change Nigeria, now, after listening to me continuously, you yourself are now the one telling me that Pastor Sandey is going to change Africa. Why? You have seen the evidence. I have produced. So these teachings I've been doing, the conviction, the teaching, the power of the conviction, and the teaching, it has produced evidence enough for you to know that this man can change that country. That this is the man we need to that. It gives credibility. Evidence brings. So where is the credibility? And that is even nothing. If you come to me, I will show you more evidence of the fact that I am going to transform Nigeria. I'm going to show you the projects. I'm going to show you the plans. I'm going to show you the architectural designs. I'm going to show you, the know-hows and the other things that have been put in place for. If you go to my blog, SandeyAdelajablog.com/Nigeria, go and read the information there. You will see the evidence that I'm in business. I'm ready to go and shake that country and change it. So faith must have hope, expectation, something that is not yet visible, something that is not yet here, but you are walking towards it. You are moving towards it. But that movement, what you are doing to move towards it, to move closer to it, is the substance. The evidence is that it is working. The substance you are doing, the substance you are producing is working, and it's bringing you closer to it. You are having some proofs already. Maybe you need to produce 1,000 elements of proof to be able to know, for us to know that you are getting there. When you get there, you have 1,000. But at least we are seeing regularly 100, 200, 300. Those are the evidences that yes, you are actually moving towards your hope. So that is why this message is called the substance and evidence of faith. I need to see the substance and the evidence of your faith. God needs to see it. And everybody needs to see it, because if you really have faith, it's causing action. If you really have faith, it's causing evidence. It's causing substance. It's causing movement, and it's causing it every day. You are doing something every day to touch your goal. You are moving closer to your goal every day. You are moving closer to it every day. You are doing towards it. You are doing something towards it every day. You are running towards it, coming closer to it on a daily basis. Those are the fact that you have faith. If you don't have anything to prove your faith, you don't have faith. If there are no substance to prove it, it's not faith. If there are no evidence to prove it, it's not faith. Faith always have evidence, and faith will always have substance. If you don't have the two, you don't have faith. You have religion. So, I'm sorry. That's where we have to stop today. My time is over. My time is over. And I want to use this opportunity to say, if you have not yet got a copy of this message, go get a copy right now. Go get a copy. And the way to get a copy is just by sharing. Go and press on the share button. If you have the share button near your video somewhere there or under your video, press that share button and you will be able to get a copy of this message. It will move over to your Facebook page. And if you want to be able to watch this message later on, you can watch it on my blog, SandeyAdelajablog.com, and you can also watch it on this platform on Facebook. You can go to YouTube. You can go to the choice of videos, and you can see it on YouTube or on just this platform. if you go to the selection area. And then I want to see your comments. What are your thoughts about this message, and what has it given you? Okay, Israel Ejele say, thank you so much, man of God. You have really challenged and encouraged me through your teaching in this medium. Thank you. Christine Nadi say, thanks so much, sir. It's really awesome teaching. God bless you, Pastor Sandey. Okay, Udo said, faith is synonymous with Christianity as against religion. Kehinde Agoro say, praise God, God is speaking. Berna Mary said, my expectations are to give work to humankind around me. For that, I'm saving money to increase my business that will continue. Laila says, thank you. Kwane says, thanks for the message. God will increase your anointing in Jesus' name. Debafu said, daily activities toward the hope is the evidence of faith. Joseph Oyewole said, our religious mindset is being mesmerized though. Nkiru Ojimade said, oh my God, did you say today will be an easier message? This one is one of the hardest mates. Bernard said, thank you, Pastor. Tena Ante said, thanks, man of God, more blessing. Mabel said, thank you, Pastor, for this great teaching. They are transforming me inwardly. Bobo said, very deep teaching of faith, a topic we all hear and have been taught of, but this was at another level. Gladys said, thank you, sir. Deep teaching, sir. Reverend Kingsley said, God bless you, man of God. Nigeria needs this. Olivia Kambla said, thank you, Pastor. I know how to express my faith now. Nkiru said, I have never heard faith preached this way. Prince says, how to find God in our thoughts. Anastasia said, faith is the substance, the movement, the actions towards your expected goal. Adaora said, thank you, Pastor. I'm enlightened every time I listen. I know faith has to have movement and evidence. Adeshitu says, sorry I missed today's teaching. Oh, sorry. You can watch it here now. You can watch it on my blog here, and then here on this Facebook. Just go to the select and go and pick on YouTube also. On my blog also is here. Enoch says, so blessed and very impactful teaching. Bryce Shibo says, thank you, Pastor. This is a reality. This is really a hit. Engineer Danny Roski said, thank you, sir. It was awesome. Debafu said, I'm challenged to get more active in my area of calling. Shinwe Ananaba said, thank you, my pastor friend. Nkiru says, I've worked harder to have more substance to show. I have to work harder to have more substance to show. Bolujide said, a new and deeper insight into faith. Faith is practical. Faith must have hope, and there has to be visible evidence. Ushe says, very inspiring. Sir, bless you, Pastor. Grace says, bless you. Nanny says, I missed it. You have to watch it, I guess. Kehinde says, powerful as usual. Thanks, man of God. The message was meant for me. A confirmation of my thought this week. Anastasia says, you describe faith in simplistic terms, easy to understand and take practical steps. Thank you so much, Pastor. Kingsley says, this is an awesome word. Prince Iziegbe says, thank you very much, greater grace. Let me see some of the other comments here. Godwin Ibekwe says, substance of things hoped for is like the daily evidence of pregnancy that will be delivered after 9 months. Blessindra says, faith will lead me to my dream fulfillment. Faith will lead me where the impossible becomes possible. God there say, wow, no wonder Jesus said anything is possible. Joseph said, my expectation is causing my generation to have faith in God. Bright says, what are the movement or actions you are producing on a daily basis towards your goal? Right. Lara says, have mercy on me, God. Olale can say, real faith will cause movement. Yep. Adel Tech is say, thank you, sir. You are a great teacher. Kehinde said, yes, I'm a believer. I have expectation. What are the movement that I'm doing towards achieving those goals? Otherwise, you are living in illusion and self-deception. Anastasia says, short of this is illusion and deception. Adesupo said, so what I'm doing now is my faith in action. It is the evidence of my future dream. That's all right. Harvest Victory said, evidence gives credibility, right? Nkiru said, I've seen it, oh, mind-blowing. Apute said, yes, I've seen it too. Tiger Dear Perez said, actually, the Nigerian government is already implementing some of your recommendations in the book. Slogans like change begins with me. I approve to that. Adedayo said, this is mind-blowing. He's praying that more grace to Pastor Sandey. Princess Gildov said, you are so good in all you do, Pastor. I keep saying you are a great teacher and simply the best. Thank you for reminding us of faith. Layo Charles Emmanuel said, the consistency of the kingdom message is mind-blowing. Different topic, same message, different topic, same results. Dunamis Jiwa says, powerful. Honor Valentine says, God bless you, sir, for your word. Marble said, my staying up till 2 a.m. my time for this message is a blessing to me. Kwane said, joy filled my heart for planning to change Nigeria. I believe you can. This is glaring for what you have done in Ukraine. I'm happy God gave you the burden for Nigeria. Mudupe says, faith without words, solution, and self-deception. Shola Shoronkai said, this is no simple message, but I love it. Faith like I never heard it before. Nikki Christian said, pastors, today's teaching has totally bulldozed any negative and fear in me. Thank you, Pastor. Olalekan said, faith is defined as belief with strong conviction, firm belief in something for which there may be no tangible proof, complete trust. Yekora says, faith must have a living proof. Obiojimadu said, thank you, sir. Faith is like heartbeat. It must be present constantly. Adele says, see it in the spirit and receive it in the natural. Amen. Anu just said, every time with Pastor Sandey is revolutionary. God bless you more, sir. David Unga said, I'm enlightened. Olalekan said, I learned faith in its simplicity today. Elizabeth Ali, it's not enough for me to say I have faith on my goals, but I must work hard daily in achieving it. Then you have Olashede say, thank you, sir. It's deep and more enlightened. Bless Indra, I have regained so much of my things I was beginning to take for granted after having my kids, even when I had always knew. Akinola says, sir, please, what are the things that hinder our faith? And is it possible to achieve your dreams you've abandoned in the past? Yes, I will be coming to do this every day. I'm here every day, so I'll be back tomorrow morning with, it's going to be a whole week or two on faith, so you'll be able to answer all those questions. Is my book available? Yeah, it's available on Amazon and on Okada Books. Well, it has been nice to be with you guys today. Thank you so very much, and God bless. Bye.